Last night I was hanging around the church that I work with and I fellowship with and I consider my church family. And last night as they were putting together worship for this coming weekend at the church, they started playing some more contemporary Christmas songs, and even some of the young people had actually written a couple of songs that were related to Christmas and that type of thing. And I thought about how things have come in my life. When I was a child, I looked forward to caroling with my family, with my church friends. We would go to nursing homes, we would go to senior centers, we would go door to door, and we would sing carols. And I think about the carols of that time and that period, and then I went through a period of time where I entered into the church realm about 20 years ago, and there was a lot of contemporary worship songs that were coming out, which included contemporary or more contemporary Christmas carols. And I thought those were really great. Today I was kind of torn in my heart as I was listening to old Christmas carols, some of the Andy Williams and the Bing Crosbys and some of those from my era. I'm 58 years old. And I thought how amazing it is that I look at these 3 times in my life. I heard what was being played last night, and it wasn't that it sounded different. I mean, obviously it was different. It was coming from another generation, but it was really coming from the heart, talking about Christ, Christ-centered, the work that he had accomplished on the cross. Those kind of things were coming forth in the worship, and I thought how amazing it is, even as I listened to Christmas music on while I was working today, that we can have all these things. And it just made me think of how much Christmas is really about family, and Christmas is really about generations. It's not just about my generation or the older generation above me or the younger generation coming forth. Right now, my family, when we get together on Christmas, we'll have 3 generations that will be with us, and in all honesty, there may be a family that's going to visit with us, and that will actually be a generation about 20 years older than me. So it will be representative of 4 generations. And I look at that and I think how amazing Christmas is, that it's about generations coming together. It's about not just people or races or creeds coming together, but it's about generations. And I really feel strongly that as we're coming through this Christmas season and it's picking up pace, today's the 13th of December, I think that without generations, what would we really have? I love people of my generation, but I'm excited when I hang out with some of the 25-year-olds and things like that. I'm excited with one of the 36-year-old couples that I work with in ministry, and I'm just as excited to meet with people that are older than me. I also was thinking about this as I listened to Christmas carols, about those that I'd listened to Christmas carols with and how many weren't with us. My family, I've lost both my parents, and I look at some of that. About 2 months ago, I lost a really dear friend of mine, and I think about his family's first Christmas as they come together, and while there'll be festive music being played, he will not be with them. And he was only a few years older than me, and my heart just goes out to him and his family. And even this morning, as I told friends of mine that I was dedicating some time to prayer and I was going to be praying for others, I just felt myself not only praying for him, not so much him, but his family, but I also found myself just thinking about how many people would come together this year with family members and friends that wouldn't be sitting at the table with them. So my heart just really goes out to you, and for those of us that are walking on this earth and enjoying the festivities of Christmas, I think if I had one thing that I would say, it would be that we would just gather around those that are less fortunate than us, those that may have lost family members or friends, those that will have empty seats at a table this year. We'll reach out to those that have had spouses of many years who may have passed away in the last year. And so I would just say, let this be a year, despite the economic circumstances and the uncertainty of what will happen tomorrow in the economy and in our country. I would just say, let this be a time to reach out, touch our family, touch our friends who are less fortunate than us. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you.